Alright, what's up guys? So, my good friend Ray, she has uploaded a video titled Gabby Hanna is still playing the victim. Uh, I don't know what that's, and then like that emoji with the eyes going up, but you know, Gabby, I mean, hey, like I don't really know. This is the face I make that when I see something surrounding Gabby Hanna. It's like all the stuff that she's going through. Then I know this whole situation with her and Jesse Smiles, and then it's like this video here. I'm like, yeah. Anytime I see Gabby Hanna's face, shout out to Soup, but. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and check out this video, see what's going to be going on. But guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to my good friend Ray on her hot tea channel, her personal channel, Ray Rahimi, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. But in that being said, let's get into this video.
Hey guys, I just wanted to come on here and thank you guys again for 150,000 subscribers. Like, this is crazy.
No, I remember when I seen it when it went down, but I was so many videos behind. And I was like, well, I know it's going to be a while. So for, you know, just to make it seem like it is around that time, Ray, congratulations on hitting 150K. Something that I knew that you could do, and I know you're going to eventually one day hit 1 million subscribers. But anyways.
Like a premature giveaway, so if you're interested, check out this video. To enter, it's super easy. Thank you guys so much again. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel.
I was like, what video was it? It might be the next video where it's like she's talking on rice gum.
A lot to unpack. Gabby Hanna finally released her long-awaited series, well, the first part of it, and we're going to be talking about a couple of other things on the internet right now. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on your post notifications. It really helps out the channel, and give this video a thumbs up. Alright, let's get into the tea. So our main story for today is Gabby Hanna finally putting out her series. She put out her intro yesterday and her first episode is coming out today. But by the way, let me know if you want a summary on her series to be episode by episode or a few in one video. So far the feedback...
So either way, I know I'm still gonna watch it, so...
has been pretty positive. The comments under her video have been very supportive, and the like to dislike ratio is much better in comparison to her music cover. If you remember that one, it was probably the worst one I've seen in a long time. Although Trisha's videos on the frenemy situation have been a runner-up on the dislikes. Anyway, Gabby starts off by saying the series was unscripted and raw. She said she wasn't sure if she was going to post it, but while editing, she decided to share it with her audience. It started out as a vlog on one of her other channels where she showed more of herself. Gabby said that the series contains a lot of stories that she thought she would never share about a lot of different people and events, and that a lot of those things happened publicly. She mentioned that she never fully healed from the trauma they caused her. I feel like here she is mainly talking about the Trisha situation, since that was her biggest scandal as of now, besides Jesse Smiles. Although who knows if she's going to address the serious stuff. Then Gabby made a comment that every day is a coin toss whether or not she is going to be liked or hated by the internet.
Dude, every day is a coin toss of whether or not there's going to be another circus surrounding me, and I just couldn't continue living in a way where I felt so powerless and voiceless.
And she put a bunch of thumbnails of T-channel videos on her.
Definitely the day when Jesse Smiles made her video. It was like that coin from The Dark Knight. That one dude, he was just like heads or tails, but both sides is heads. And like, yeah, definitely Jesse Smiles like, heads, your career is done. And then tails like, my career is done. Yeah, Jesse Smiles definitely had that coin. So
I kind of feel sad because I didn't see mine there. Just kidding, I do not want Gabby after me. She said she felt powerless and voiceless. Gabby continues to say that she managed to learn a lot of the things about herself through the series, and she likes herself, she doesn't want to hide. She said the series is going to include a lot of happy, sad, angry, embarrassing, bitchy, and ugly moments.
It's a lot of everything, to be honest. It is ugly, it's angry, it's bitchy, it's embarrassing, it's silly, it's happy, it's uncomfortable, it's it's me. It's all of me.
Gabbie said nothing was researched or planned in the beginning. She just went at it and spoke about what was on her mind. Later on, she found supporting evidence and actually mentioned that fans helped her with the timeline because apparently they have been documenting situations with Gabbie since 2015.
Nothing in the series was planned or researched beforehand. I just spoke freely, told my stories from memory. After I told the story, I went back and found the evidence to support it, which was a very, very difficult process.
I never would have been able to do this without a handful of very dedicated, compassionate fans who saw what was happening and documented everything since 2015.
I just
don't
watch
follow
stuff.
or keep up with people from my past, so a lot of what you'll see here I also saw for the first time while editing. They are my guardian angels, more on that a later time. Gabbie said that once she learned people around her constantly lie and twist her words and make up stories, she started not to delete any messages and DMs. Remember that picture of a bunch of her old phones and memory drives? This is kind of disturbing.
Once I realized the way that people were willing to lie to and about me, and the way that people would twist my words and make up stories, I learned pretty early on to just never delete anything. I've always had like an obsession with holding on to memories.
Then she promotes her Patreon, saying you can see the unedited episodes there. She said all the videos are very jump cutty and fast paced. By the way, sidetrack, apparently Gabbie Hanna came out with an OnlyFans account. Isn't that insane? I would love to subscribe. So if you guys want to see a reaction to Gabbie's OnlyFans, let me know in the comments down below. And then she goes on.
I'm like, that's you know, I think when I had seen the story time video with Ray talking about how she got fired, I was for certain. I think that was one of the things that crossed my mind. I was like, well, that's probably why she got fired. It's because all them OnlyFans videos. Like, I know when I was working at my old job, I was very skeptical of what videos I would upload onto YouTube. But then for the most part, I didn't really care. I was like, I know I'm not going to be at this place forever. So I was like, it just got to the point where I was like, I really don't care what videos you guys see. Like, I'm gonna post whatever. If I lose my job over it, well. I'm like, I'll just have to find like more of a supportive content creating job, I guess. I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I'm like, imagine, because my thing is like, imagine being Ray's boss, and then she tells you that she does like YouTube on the side, and then you watch her videos, and it's all like, so what's OnlyFans? Like, just say that just so I can be like, okay, just confirm what you, okay, so that's what you're, hey, you know what? Look, all I just need you to do here is just, tutor these kids. Like, at the end of the day, whatever you be doing at home, I'm like, that's with you and your, that front door that you walk through. But maybe might be a side door. Whatever door you go through, like, as soon as you go into that door, then that's, your whole life is yours. Do what you want to do, but just here, don't bring that energy here. I ain't trying to have it where people, like, if it was like one big like industry job and things, I don't want nobody contacting me talking about, hey, my son was being tutored by one of your workers and somehow OnlyFans got talked. I'm like, look, they ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm like, that's just, hey, we're YouTubers. We like YouTube content. So
to talk about her ADHD, I think we all got it, Gabbie. You have ADHD. Not everything you do is due to ADHD. Just saying. She continues by saying she has started treating it and finally is more stable when it comes to her moods and actions and so on. Gabbie talks about getting off of social media. She said, I finally took off time from it at the end of April and beginning of May.
It's been really fucking good. I've been off social media for a while now. I think the end of April, early May was when I just completely stopped getting on it. I still post.
Which is kind of false. Like, that is the time she started the drama with, like, Rachel Oates and Angelica Bowles, Trisha, and everyone else. She said, I hired someone to manage my accounts and bring only important information to my attention so I could focus on creating without getting wrapped up in the toxicity. Gabbie, FYI, you should fire whoever has been managing your socials. You are also a part of the toxicity.
But that's it. I still see some stuff. Like, there's some people that I only communicate through, like, DMs. And for the most part, I've been completely off social media, and it's been unreal. Actually, it's been real.
After that, Gabbie talks about signing her record deal, then talks how she declined the deal because the label was in the pop genre and Gabbie was leading more towards punk rock and it wasn't the style they were looking for. Next, she said that her and Peyton have broken up. She actually talked really maturely about it.
I'm like, why would you turn down? I'm like, I don't know. I mean, because I feel like that's why artists will release a mixtape, So it's like, my thing is like, I'll release this mixtape, post it on whatever platform or, my platforms and things, and then just be like, oh, okay, so these are the, all right, so I'm just gonna be like, hey, this album is coming out. My thing is like, as a, an artist, I'm like, whatever music, that's why I'm like, for one, I just wouldn't sign up with no record label if they're gonna be telling me what to do and what not to do, and I can't do certain. So yeah, that's why I'm like, I just do be independent things, and overall just do the music that I want to do. But it's stuff like that. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Like, just do both. I'm like, make that money, then make your money on the side. Like, and if it's all like, okay, they're all like, oh, you can't do that, then I'm like, all right, well, I'll just go and create a different personality and just be like, Happy Ganna, I think. Yeah, Happy Ganna.
Surprising that this topic was handled so well. A lot of her fans were speculating that they broke up, and a lot of jokes were made that he was her hostage or some random stuff like that. She said that he is a very private person, and she is, well, she's hurt.
And our paths just didn't align anymore. He's a very, very private person, and I'm me. And he put himself on the line, and he defended me because nobody else would, and he knew I deserved it. I will always be so grateful and remember what he put himself through for me.
Gabbie also made a comment how much she appreciated Peyton being there for her while the world was against her, perhaps referencing last summer and her big breakdown, which we all saw unravel. That comment, though, shows that she sees herself as mainly the victim, which is a little bit off-putting. Gabbie also shared that he and his family got harassed by people hating. He also got doxxed. Does she remember that her fans also doxed people who she basically sent her stands to attack? Overall, she spoke greatly, which is good to hear. She talks about how drama has affected her life and that it has real consequences. Gabbie mentions she tried to address things, it didn't work. She tried to ignore things, it didn't work. She said she tried to talk to people who talks behind her back. And then in the same sentence, she put a clip of Jesse's video of their conversation. You know, the one where Jesse literally burst into tears because of Gabbie's lies. After that, Gabbie talks about inviting the people who gaslighted her for a conversation, then shows the video where she exposed Trisha Paytas. Gabbie continues to talk about people not stopping to talk about her and that everything is used against her. Basically, she's pushing the narrative that she is the victim here. She also said that her fans were doxxed, harassed, hated on. Gabbie, wasn't it the other way around? Didn't you also go after ex-fans of yours? And also, I don't
like, cause I'm like, didn't you join a Discord and was like talking about, oh, I need your guys' personal information? Like, people are really gonna give that out and things. I'm like, yeah, you, Gabbie, you an odd.
Like her being like, oh, drama has negatively affected my life and has real life consequences. Well, she herself is literally trolling and has admitted to trolling to reporters. So like, I don't understand. You can't have it both ways, Gabbie. Either you are bothered by the drama or you're embracing it. Then she finally admits all of her recent actions were for attention. Gabbie said it made her feel powerful, that people were talking about her. And then she was like, you want drama? Here's drama. You want crazy? Here's crazy. No, Gabbie, all people want is for you to take some accountability for your actions. She also said she made close people concerned about her state, and it's rich of someone who talks about mental health and how people shouldn't mock it.
A meme to hate me, berate me, degrade me, humiliate me, and dehumanize me. And if I dared defend myself, then I was delusional and dangerous and crazy and losing. The minute I would present any type of facts, it was that I was manipulative and can't be trusted. I deserve to lose my platform.
But she admits to doing all of her crazy TikToks and posts just for fun, just to troll, but that she's not acting any different. Which one is it?
Turned it all the way the up. If I'm being completely honest, it made me feel really powerful to make so many people talk about me at my whim, to go viral with little to no effort at all. And please don't get me wrong, if I could choose, I would obviously much rather people love me and adore me and enjoy my content.
Finally, she talks about,
it's like, when you see stuff like this, because that's just what was running through my mind. It was like, when you think back on like the Gabbie show, like I'm talking about like 2013, Vine just started, you had like these like, just people that came onto that platform and was just, just only doing videos to entertain people. Like, when I see that Gabbie Hanna, and I'm like, and that's sort of like a thing where it's like, people are like kids at that time, they're just having fun. They're not, the adults that they are today. But I'm like, dang, if this is how I'm gonna act when I start getting close to my 30s, I'm like, I would like to hope and think that somebody would stop. See, that's why I'm like, yeah, I think it's best. It's like what I'm doing now, I just gotta keep doing that and stuff. Get all the drama and the beefing and all that crap. like I feel like it is out of my system. I mean, yeah, when you're dealing with that crap for like 4 years and things, yeah, it was long out my system and stuff. But yeah, I just think it's stuff like that where I'm like, man, I don't want to head down that path, but it's like, dang, it's crazy to think like this Gabbie used to be the Gabbie show that was like the Vine, like that Gabbie show. And I'm like, man, it's crazy to just sit down and think about that. I'm like, what happened? Like what went wrong? Because I'm like, my thing is like, okay, after Vine had ended, my thing is like, you had an opportunity to really kill it with YouTube. I feel like when Viners, they just all just bum rush YouTube, and they was sitting there running through the website like Black Friday shoppers. And I'm like, you guys had an opportunity to do something, and it's just like a lot of them just seem like that they just messed up. And I'm like, dang, it's crazy that it's like it went down like this. But I'm telling you right now, they're gonna do a movie. They're gonna do a Vlog Squad movie, and they're gonna have all these different people. And if they do, it's gonna probably be a Lifetime movie. I don't know if it'll make it to the big screens. If it does, then cool. But if not, it'll probably be a YouTube movie, if anything. But yeah, I see that probably being one of the most, like, to just know what was really going on, like, behind the scenes, like, what led to this. Because I'm like, man, you guys just had like such a good thing going on, just to throw it all away because of drama and whatever. Like, why would it lead down to this? Like, where you're doing this video where it's like, okay, if you would have just, my thing is like, okay, if music was your passion, all right, do music until it takes off. Because I'm like, eventually people are going to start supporting. You're going to be like, hey, her music is actually good. But it's like, once you start involving drama and all that, I just feel like that as soon as you work your way up, drama, you're right back down at just ground zero. You got to keep working your way back up. But I feel like every time that fall is just going to get greater and greater. So it's like, people are going to probably see it as a motivational story. Like, hey, yo, this girl came from like some of the most craziest like dramas, and now she's in the best position in life. If that's what you're trying to do, cool. But if not, then it's like, fam, Gabbie Hanna failed, and she kept digging the hole thinking like, oh, okay, well, if I just keep digging to an opposite side, like, no, like, build a ladder, do something, do some Minecraft stuff, I don't care. But like, just, man, my advice to all content creators out there, if you get onto YouTube, Twitch streaming, TikTok, whatever platforms to entertain people, stick with that. Don't do anything else, all right?
Wanting to just do music and art and leave YouTube. She said before that she cancels the Gabbie show, she wanted to tell her story. She said that she is expecting to get a lot of hate and a lot of negativity, and there will be a new episode every day until the series is over.
Don't ever try to convince anybody that I'm a like saint. Yes, I'm defensive, I'm impulsive, I'm dramatic, I'm confrontational, I'm loud, I'm rude, and white trash. I'm extremely over emotional, and if you press the right button, I can be downright scary. I think I'm very scary.
Also, this is some of what she wrote in the description of the video. She said, I spent years looking the other way and avoiding the people who decided to hurt me, so even I didn't realize the extent of the abuse. That is exactly what narcissistic abusers hope for. Seeing it all laid out was a truly horrifying and enlightening turning point. Next, we have to talk about David Dobrik. He's been a pretty hot topic after his comeback, and a lot of people have mixed feelings. A few clips of him have been going around. In one of them, he's asked by the paparazzi how he's been lately. He says he's doing a lot better now than he was after getting canceled. David then responds to TMossBoss sticking up for him, saying Tana's the sweetest. Good for him on appreciating the support, though I don't think anyone really wants Tana on their side just because she is so messy with friends. Could be for publicity, I don't know. What do you think?
I'm a lot better now than I was before.
Than you were.
It's nice to be able to go out and just hang out with friends and live life.
Tana stuck up for you. She came to your defense and said that you were a good guy.
Yeah, Tana's the sweetest.
Okay, there you go.
The next clip is of Jeff Wittick and David boxing, and Jeff knocks out his hat. I think they are mocking Jake Paul taking Floyd Mayweather's hat.
I think they honestly was just practicing, playing around. They wasn't being dead serious. I feel like if they were, Jeff would have killed David if he was being dead serious. Like, yeah, I just don't, and David would have been out there fighting for his life. Like, the way that you could tell, like, when people are play fighting and then when people are, like, dead serious and things, Jeff would have been, like, all over him. So, yeah, so I'm like, yeah, He was playing around.
I see some shade, maybe. I don't know, allegedly.
This with the Mayweather.
He's that off, though.
And then, see? Oh, got your hair.
You got your hat.
And last, on David, his puff piece on Rolling Stone caused the publication to get backlash on Instagram. People were asking why they interviewed him, and the comment section was just insane. Rolling Stone's Instagram caption said, David Dobrik was the king of YouTube until scandals in his vlog squad knocked him down.
It's like they act like people at these places ain't got jobs. I'm like, that's my job to interview the man. I'm like, I ain't gonna be like, oh, I can't do my job because people in the comment sections don't want me to do my job. I'm like, man, there's people like that. I'm just like, hey, yo, like, do me a favor. Go over there, okay? Just go far over there. I don't know what is over there, but at least I'm not over there where I like can hear you and stuff. Like just you know. Okay, my like headphones. My headphones sometimes do noises and crap. But anyways, I'm like, just don't say anything to me. But anyways,
since the controversies, he faces questions about the power of his platform and whether he can change in an industry driven by clicks. And people are just like, why are you giving him a platform? No, thank you, we're good. Rolling Stone, this is embarrassing. Why is the Rolling Stone covering this? I thought you guys covered people who culturally matter. He's trash. Okay, to be completely honest with you guys, I don't like people like on anyone who's reporting on people who are currently canceled. Like, it's literally their job to like do interviews and report on people. Who cares if he's getting canceled? They're not like, if you actually read the article, they're not necessarily
like you could tell like people, you know, didn't grow up in the newspaper era. It's like when they're saying things like that, like, fam, at the end of the day, they don't a newspaper. My thing is this: a newspaper needs to like acquire some space. They're treating, I feel like Rolling Stones, their Instagram, they're treating it just like a newspaper. So for today, they got to post something. And it's like, yeah, I'm like, bro, I get paid to do this. I don't get paid to listen in the comments. I get paid to do articles. So I'm like, fam, if I gotta go and contact, who can I contact? Some crazy person of the world to just interview them for my magazine. I'm like, I know people are gonna read it. It's like acting like people ain't gonna like. And then my thing is like, okay, for people that don't know who David Dobrik is, and then they're all like, oh, let me read this article. Let's see who David Dobrik is, and then read about him. And it's like, there you go. But it's like people that already know about him. It's like, okay, you already know about him. So if you know you don't like him, you know you're not gonna like the article. Why click on it? Why read it? Why comment on Rolling Stone talking about, oh, I give him a platform? Right? It's like, who cares? Like, go read about something, whoever you like. Go read about them. But stuff like that, where I'm like, people, it's like, y'all just be wasting your time and energy. It's like, for stuff like that, it's like, don't nobody care. You know, it's like, not, my thing is like, okay, people might care what you think, but at the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of people out there that don't care what you think. And I feel like I'm going to have to put myself in that category. I really don't care what you think. I don't even follow Rolling Stone, and I really don't care about articles and all that unless it's something interesting. But if not, and that's what their person's job is, to just, you know, write on some stuff, I'm like, okay, that's their job. You can't get mad at a person for doing their job. So, but anyways, I'm like, yeah, it's people, they just got too much time and energy on social media. It's like people like that, they just need a break and things. But anyways,
trying to paint David in the best light ever, they were still like quite unbiased and taking everything into consideration. Like, I don't know, just read the article before you shit on the entire publication. Sorry, I'm just pissed. Like, this part of the article said that they were just chilling in the car, and then suddenly David stops talking, saying, I got this. Don't worry, guys. He leaps out of the driver's seat to help an elderly lady with a walker cross the street. However, after a few seconds, Dobrik jumps back into the car, giggling, we did that on purpose for you. We wanted to have a grandma crossing the street, but I couldn't keep my composure. As we drive away, the woman who Natalie and David tell me was an actor paid $200 simply to walk in front of her car, waves, and grins.
Wow.
When I asked Dobrik if this scene was staged as a way to distract from or counteract the effects of the Wittek video, he looks at me confused and maybe a little bit wounded that I would so grossly misinterpret the intention behind a fun prank. No, he says, we were just trying to do something silly. Oh my god, why can I imagine this coming from David Dobrik's voice. And I laugh partially because it is stupid and silly, but also because I'm in a $150,000 car in the Hollywood Hills with an extremely wealthy and charismatic stranger and his assistant, and I don't want to seem like I can't take a joke, even though I'm not entirely sure what the joke is.
I don't know what the joke
Moving
was.
on to a much darker topic.
I was all like, because I remember that one video where they did that, and the woman, and they had Jeff get out the car, and the woman pulled the paintball gun out and shot him in the arm and stuff. I'm like, fam, or was it the leg? And she was, I don't know where I can't remember where she shot him, but she shot Jeff with a paintball gun. I was like, fam, what is David? I'm like, so is he getting shot? Like, what? That's what I thought it was leading into.
You guys
but
are probably aware the Free Britney movement has really grown in the last few months. An audio clip has come out of her testimony at the conservatorship hearing. In her speech, Britney talks about how her father took advantage of her, adding that she never had days off, and the only other work that is similar to that is sex trafficking. She was not allowed to see her kids or boyfriend, and she had absolutely no privacy. She adds that she is depressed from this situation, and honestly, that is heartbreaking. I think most of us would agree. People have shown support for her as well. Trisha Paytas, Manny MUA, Gabrielle Zamora, Mariah Carey, Halsey, Khloe Kardashian, Justin Timberlake as well, and many other public figures. And here is some of the audio from the hearing.
The control he had over someone as powerful as me, as he loved the control to hurt his own daughter 100,000%, he loved it. I packed my bags and went to that place. I worked 7 days a week, no days off, making anyone work against their will, taking all their possessions away, credit card, cash, phone, passport card, and placing them in a home where they work. The people who live with them. They all lived in the house with me, the nurses, the 24/7 security. My body, I had no privacy door for my room. If I didn't do any of my meetings and work from 8 to 6 at night, which is 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, no days off, I wouldn't be able to see my kids or my boyfriend. I never had a say in my schedule. They always told me I had to do this.
Ain't no way I've been living life like that. I'm like, I don't care how old I am. I'm like, ain't no way I'm living life like that. I like, if I gotta go and, I don't know, I figured out something, I just left. I'm like, fam, you gonna stop me from leaving? I'm just like, all right. My thing is this: take all of it. I don't care what you do with it. Take my thing is, you could take my name, you could take the music, you could take all of that stuff. I'm gonna go over here. If I gotta change my name, all right, I will do that. But yeah, I would honestly do whatever it takes to just not be put in a situation like that. That's why I'm like, make sure you have like people around you with good intentions, whether it's your parents, family, friends, whoever, people around you with good intentions that actually want to help you and that actually care for you. But they're gonna be doing stuff like how Britney Spears' father is doing it. Yeah, I would want no parts of that, relationship or whatever you want to call it and things. But yeah, it's like, bro, like your own daughter, like that's some stuff I'm like, I don't think I can't even do that to a stranger. I couldn't do that to a stranger. I couldn't do that, especially to my own kids. And it's like, you guys sit down and think about it. Like, these kids looked up to you. Like, you was their parent. You was their guardian. You're supposed to take care of them, not treat them like some sort of slave. And it's like, fam, like, that's where you just let that, like this, well, I wouldn't really call it successful, but it's like this rich and famous life. You really let that get to your head, where it's all like, oh, I love these trips to the Bahamas, all right, love these vacations in Hawaii, I love these fancy cars and this big, nice, fancy house and the unlimited supplies of food and supplies and everything else around. And it's all like, bro, whatever you was doing prior before could not have been that bad, okay, to the point where it's like now you got to use your own daughter and stuff. And it's like, yeah, bro, you living life reckless. It's like then you're causing somebody else to live reckless. And it's like, fam, if my thing is this: if she were to end her life because of all of this stuff that's going on with her, and like, how would that make you feel? Like, I know somebody has to sit down and tell him that. It's like, how would that make you feel? Where it's like you're literally like abusing your daughter, bruh, like mentally. And that's one of the worst things I think a parent can do to their kids. Like, you mentally abuse them that badly and stuff, to where it's like now you gotta take it to court. So it's like, yeah, bro, you messed up as a parent. I'm not a parent. I can't speak on having kids. I can't speak on being a parent. But I think any well-seeing person, I can see with or without my glasses that you is not a good parent, bruh. So,
ma'am, I will tell you, sitting in a chair 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, it ain't fun. And especially when you can't walk out the front door. And that's why I'm telling you this again 2 years after I've lied and told the whole world I'm okay and I'm happy. It's a lie. I thought maybe I said that enough. Maybe I might become happy because I've been in denial. I've been in shock.
And as a little palate cleanser for you guys, like Def Noodles likes to say, here is a comment that just made my day. The 5 and the % sign on the keyboard are on the same fucking button.
Wow, it's same with me.
There's no such thing as a coincidence.
That's
I love
crazy.
That's hilarious. Alright, you guys, that was it for today's video. If you liked it, please make
we
sure
knew
to
about
give
this
it a thumbs
5%
up and
before
subscribe.
anybody.
I post new videos every single week. Alright, bye.
Yeah, it's like all this stuff. Gabbie Hanna, you know, she needs more of a break. And Britney Spears, she just needs like a life, you know. Well, I mean, like she needs her life, but I'm like not trying to say it in a bad way, but I'm just saying it like in a way where it's like she doesn't deserve the life that she has right now. She deserves a much more better life. That's what I should have said. That sounded so wrong and messed up. Yeah, Britney Spears needs a life. I'm like, I'm sorry. I take that back. I meant it in a good way, but anyways, yeah, good video as always. Guys, if you haven't, make sure you go subscribe to Hot Tea for more videos like this. Like, subscribe to me too, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys. Oh yeah, make sure you subscribe to her personal channel, Raven Hammy, and her business channel, Build Your Pocket. Now, like, subscribe to my video and channel. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching, and peace.